Hey everybody, and brightest blessings. Lady Leeanna here with another edition of Wicca for today. And it is great to be back here doing another video for you guys. I really missed you. Yes, it's been over 12 days, and I'm sorry about that, being so long and getting a video out. But I've been through quite a bit this past 10 to 12 days. You just would not believe what I've been going through. And, you know, I'm not crying or whining about that. The biggest of those things I've been going through was I had a mass removed surgically. I went through surgery about 8-9 days ago to have a fairly large mass removed, big enough to where I have stitches. And right now I'm waiting on them for biopsy results to make sure that it's nothing precancerous, and they feel that it is. But right now all they're saying is that it could be, and that it looks like it, you know. But we won't know until, I guess, Friday of next week is when I'm supposed to receive those results and get the stitches taken out. Anyway, yes, I have stitches right now from that. And, you know, it's been pretty hard on me. Especially, you know, since this has been taken from my butt. Yep. They took the mass from my butt. And now I can't sit in the upright position very good and because I have been, and I haven't been lazy like I'm supposed to be while trying to recuperate, then I'm causing myself extra problems, you know, not staying, you know, in a position to where I'm not creating more chaos to the surgical area. Anyway, yes, it's been very hard on me, and given the place that it is at, it is very hard to keep it utterly clean, especially since when you go to the bathroom, then you're creating a lot of trauma to the same surgical area, and so they have to keep your stool liquid, and so it's running to the bathroom every 5 minutes and then cleaning up after, causing myself to be a lot more irritated along the way. And last night I had signs that I could be you know, getting the area infected, you know, by irritating it so much, or I don't know, maybe not being able to keep it clean enough as I'm supposed to. Anyway, it's very complicated. But it has been very, very hard on me. I have worked out more, moved around, made myself sore from moving around so much since I've had my surgery compared to before it. You know, I mean, when your muscles are sore all over, you know, from just moving around, then you know you've been moving around a lot, or at least a lot more than what your body is usually doing, you know. Anyway, what does a witch do when they are physically drawn down, when their energy is nil or low? How do you bring it back up? How do you keep yourself positive? How do you heal yourself? Okay, what are good healing things to do? And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Given the situation, it's a pretty good day for it. Okay, and a great topic at that. Well, alright, first off, one of the things that I like to do is, well, you know, I like my teas, and I drink a lot of good herbal teas because I feel that those are very healing. The herbs, you can't beat them, you know? So, herbal teas, I like drinking herbal teas when I am down to help pull myself up energy-wise and for healing myself. And it depends on what kind of illness I've got or in what way I'm drawn down to determine which kind of tea that I would drink. Like, for instance, if I've got a very bad cold, I will make a regular black tea bag. Behind that, I will go in, I will put ginger and cinnamon and a hell of a lot of lemon and honey together. And I will make the cinnamon so strong that it makes you sweat. You know, the ginger and the cinnamon together are really good at making you perspire and get all of that out of your body. And that's one thing you really need to do when you're suffering a flu, a cold, or a virus, is get all the crap out of your system. And it's in your blood, it's in your sweat, and the things that are good for that are your ginger, your cinnamon, your lemon, your let's say garlic, stuff like that, jalapenos. Believe it or not, all of this stuff is real good at getting it out of your blood. And getting it out of your system, well, pouring fluids down chronically, that's what you need to do there. Now, for your vitamins and things of that nature, your rose hips, those are real good for the vitamin C. Honey, for the B, the vitamin B that you need. And there are many different herbs. Chamomile, that you could take C and regular vitamins from. So that's one thing I really love to do, is my teas when I'm trying to heal. And those herbs that I were mentioning, you know, is what I like to throw together for a bad cold. And that would be your ginger, your cinnamon, your lemon, your honey, along with a black tea bag to give it some backbone. That's what I like to do. And I'll add some coffee mate to that to soften all the flavors within the tea. And that's my recipe for you. 1 black tea bag, 1 part, not 1 part to your black tea, but 1 part in general, and that would be like, say, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, about 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, if even that, because it's a very strong and hot herb. And I know this sounds very strong, but trust me, it's very helpful. And you want to add like say 1 cup of water, where you add like 1/4 cup more of lemon juice. And then you want to add 2 teaspoons of honey, and then you want to add however many spoons of creamer to lighten it up. Anyway, that is a really good way of making your tea, and you can make it stronger if you can stand it. You know, with the cinnamon and the ginger would be helpful. Alright, and that's what I'd advise for you. Generally, whenever I do my teas, I do a pinch of this and a dab of that. You know, I'm not used to giving people recipes on such things. You know, and I don't recipe it out myself. Whenever I'm sitting here telling you this, I'm having to think it through, you know, in with about what I would do. But typically, you can't go wrong with these herbs. None of them are toxic. None of them are poisonous. They're not going to hurt you in any way, form, or fashion. The idea is getting it in there, you know, to where it starts making you perspire out all of the bad things that are in your pores. And after you drink this tea, cover up real good, sweat for a good hour, and then go jump in the shower for a while. And you'll feel like $100. Anyway, so that's the tea I like to drink whenever I have a bad cold. And your general herbs, like I mentioned earlier, chamomile, hops, jasmine, stuff like that whenever I'm needing power from herbs. You know, especially if I'm getting ready to do a spell work. You know, even whenever I'm not sick, I like to power up with my herbal teas and go into circle that way. You know, but for powering up from the world pulling you down or basic illness, maybe as your second cup of tea after you've done the cinnamon and all of that, do some chamomile with some rose hips and stuff like that. You know, herbs that have your vitamins in it are very, very important. Now, as far as other ideas to do with healing oneself, I use a green candle with a mint oil on it. What I do is I take a green taper candle, that's your elongated 9-inch candle, the very thin ones, okay, and I'll write my name on it while giving intent to what I'm doing there. I will think about what this candle is for, what it's about, why I'm engraving it out, and how it's supposed to serve me. I'll put my intent through my pen, taking power from the higher power, drawing it down from the sky and into the butt of my pen, no pun intended, and direct the energy down and into my candle that I'm currently engraving my name and my birthday into. And a ballpoint pen engraves perfectly. Now when you're done, you'll wipe it down with some tissue or paper towel. You'll scrub off all of the excess wax. And I hope I'm not irritating the mic by moving my hands so much. If I am, I'm sorry guys, hurting your ears. But scrub off all the excess wax, and then, you know, you'll want to anoint your candle with an oil for empowerment, which would be your patchouli, dragon's blood, Hydron oils, something like that. And then you'll go back behind that with a healing oil. And I like to use mints because whenever I heal myself, I imagine green light, actually. First off, white light pouring down and into me to purify me, and then the light will start greening, going green, as it's directing into me to start pouring a healing green energy into me, and focusing on the red areas of the body. In my mind's eye, I'll see the bad spots that are hurting me or in bad shape or whatever. I'll imagine those being red, and the green light that's pouring down into me focusing on those areas, although it'll be all the way through my body, and those red areas just slowly but surely turning green. And then before I'm through, my whole body on the inside being that it's glowing green, not red anywhere at all. Okay, I also may picture black and red gooky energy pouring out of my body and into the floor as I lay down there burning my candle. But I'll light my candle and I'll lay down and I'll have the candle in a place where I could see it, like on the top of a dresser where it's an eye view, as I lay on my back. And with my arms to my side, just relaxing, and I'll begin pouring the white energy into myself, and that turning into green, and then focusing on the red spots that are in my body that are hurting me, and slowly but surely greening all of those areas till I'm just glowing with the victorious green energy. And then I'll just kind of imagine a cool energy pouring into my body, and I'll feel it like a menthol type cool pouring into my body slowly along with that light, to where I'm just kind of glowing and feeling mentholy green, you know, all through and through, asking the green man and green lady to bless me with their healing energy so that I may feel whole again, you know. Anyway, I hope that this is of a help to you. These are the ideas that I have. What I want you to do today is start putting your ideas in below the video. That's why I've only covered from my end 2 different ideas on healing exercises, because I want you guys to bring in your ideas on how you would heal yourself. Okay? Write it in the discussion boards below the video and give everybody else a lot of aid and ideas on how they may heal themselves. And I would be glad to take from that as well. Alright? Take care of yourself, and I really, really have missed you guys. I'm glad to be back making the videos. I'm pretty sure everything will be alright. I just feel that deep, deep down inside. You know, but take care of yourself, and merry part. Bye-bye.